Sophia's home, bathed in an eerie silence, held secrets that echoed in the dimly lit corridors. The laughter, distant yet distinct, beckoned her to descend the creaking staircase into the unknown depths of her own residence. The air grew thick with an ominous tension as each step brought her closer to the enigma that unfolded below. The laughter, tinged with an unsettling playfulness, seemed to resonate from the very walls of the house. Sophia's senses heightened, and an invisible force guided her towards the heart of the mystery. The living room, adorned with family portraits and cherished memories, now served as the stage for a supernatural performance. The girl, alone in the silent embrace of her home, confronted the inexplicable as the laughter intensified. Shadows danced on the walls, casting grotesque silhouettes that seemed to mock the laws of the mundane. The atmosphere crackled with an otherworldly energy, and the girl felt a presence that defied logical explanation. As she reached the source of the haunting laughter, a sudden chill ran down her spine. The room pulsated with an unseen force, and the temperature dropped, revealing the ethereal nature of the phenomenon. The girl, gripped by a mixture of fear and curiosity, stood on the precipice of a revelation that transcended the boundaries of the known. In the corner of the room, a spectral figure materialized, a manifestation of the supernatural, draped in shadows and exuding an aura of ancient malevolence. The laughter, now accompanied by whispers that spoke of forgotten tales and unfulfilled destinies, filled the space. Sophia, caught between the realms of the living and the supernatural, grappled with the realization that her home harbored entities beyond comprehension. The girl's solitary existence had become a canvas for the paranormal, a convergence of worlds that blurred the lines between reality and the supernatural. As the laughter reached a crescendo, the spectral figure dissipated, leaving behind an atmosphere charged with residual energy. The girl, forever changed by the encounter, stood in the silence that followed, a witness to the mysteries that lurked within the walls of her own home. Sophia, shaken but resolute, decided to delve deeper into the enigma that had unfolded within her home. Armed with a sense of curiosity and a growing awareness of the supernatural, she embarked on a quest to unravel the secrets that lay dormant in the shadows. The laughter, though momentarily subdued, lingered in the air like a haunting melody. Sophia, guided by an instinctual pull, explored the hidden corners of her residence. Each room became a tableau of spectral whispers and inexplicable phenomena, as if the very essence of the house had been awakened by her presence. In the attic, where forgotten relics of the past collected dust, Sophia discovered an old, ornate mirror. Its reflective surface seemed to hold a gateway to another dimension. As she gazed into its depths, the laughter intensified, echoing through the confines of the attic. The mirror became a portal, a threshold to a realm where the supernatural and the mundane converged. Sophia, drawn into the ethereal abyss, found herself standing in a spectral landscape bathed in an eerie glow. The laughter, now a chorus of disembodied voices, surrounded her. Figures from a bygone era materialized, their features obscured by the mists of time. They moved with an otherworldly grace, trapped between realms, yearning for acknowledgement. Among them, Sophia discerned faces from faded daguerreotypes and sepia-toned photographs, ancestors who had left their imprint on the tapestry of her lineage. The supernatural tapestry unveiled itself, weaving a narrative of unfinished stories, unresolved conflicts, and a connection that transcended the boundaries of mortality. Sophia, a mere conduit for the paranormal, became the bridge between the living and the spectral, tasked with unraveling the mysteries that bound her family to the supernatural realm. As she ventured further into the spectral landscape, the laughter transformed into an ethereal lament, a symphony of souls yearning for closure. Sophia, now a custodian of the supernatural legacy woven into her family's history, embraced her newfound role with a courage born of the unknown. The laughter, once an ominous presence, became a guiding melody, leading her through the labyrinth of ancestral secrets. Sophia's journey through the realms of mystery and horror became a testament to the interconnectedness of the living and the dead, a harmonious dance between the corporeal and the supernatural. In the dimly lit streets of a city shrouded in mystery, Martin, a weary taxi driver, navigated through the labyrinthine alleys and forgotten corners. The night unfolded with an ominous aura, casting shadows that seemed to whisper secrets to those willing to listen. A call came through, a fare awaiting pickup at the edge of the city. As Martin approached the designated location, he noticed a solitary figure standing under the flickering streetlight. The passenger's face was obscured by the darkness, their features concealed in an enigmatic silhouette. Without exchanging words, the mysterious passenger entered the taxi, and an eerie stillness settled within the confines of the vehicle. The air grew heavy, pregnant with an unspoken tension that sent shivers down Martin's spine. The passenger directed Martin through a series of convoluted routes, leading the taxi deeper into the heart of the city's secrets. Unfamiliar with the surroundings, Martin's unease intensified, sensing that he had ventured beyond the realm of ordinary fares. As they reached a desolate part of town, the passenger abruptly instructed Martin to stop. The silence hung thick in the air, and Martin, overcome by an inexplicable fear, turned to address his enigmatic passenger. To his astonishment, the back seat was empty. A cold sweat traced down Martin's spine as he comprehended the gravity of the situation. He had picked up a spectral passenger, a harbinger of the supernatural. The taxi, now enveloped in an otherworldly chill, became a vessel for the unknown. Panicked, Martin sped through the shadowed streets, desperate to escape the clutches of the supernatural entity that had chosen his taxi as its ephemeral vessel. Whispers echoed through the vehicle, haunting him with incomprehensible words from realms beyond. The spectral passenger, a phantom of the night, seemed to manipulate reality itself. Streetlights flickered, casting surreal shadows that danced to an otherworldly rhythm. Martin, gripped by terror, questioned the boundaries between the living and the supernatural. In a final, harrowing encounter, the taxi hurtled toward the city's outskirts, where the veil between the worlds thinned. The spectral passenger, having served its purpose, dissipated into the night, leaving Martin to grapple with the inexplicable events that had unfolded. Haunted by the spectral encounter, Martin struggled to reconcile the fragments of his reality. The taxi, now a vessel marked by the supernatural, bore witness to a truth beyond the comprehension of ordinary mortals. Driven by an insatiable curiosity and an impending sense of dread, Martin embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries that clung to the city's shadows. He delved into ancient archives, seeking forgotten tales of apparitions and spectral travelers that traversed the thin veil between worlds. As Martin's investigation unfolded, he discovered a dark history woven into the very fabric of the city. Legend spoke of a taxi driver from decades past, an individual who had unwittingly become a conduit for the supernatural. The tales converged, forming a tapestry of eerie similarities that echoed across generations. Haunted locations became waypoints in Martin's journey, each revealing a piece of the puzzle. The city's denizens whispered of a spectral taxi that roamed the streets, guided by an otherworldly force. Those who encountered it spoke of glimpses into realms where the living and the departed coexisted in a delicate balance. The more Martin delved into the enigma, the more the supernatural forces seemed to resist his pursuit. Unexplained phenomena accompanied his every step, a reminder that the city itself harbored secrets that defied mortal comprehension. In a pivotal moment of revelation, Martin found himself drawn to an abandoned taxi depot at the edge of town. The spectral echoes of bygone drivers resonated within the decaying walls. As he ventured into the heart of the derelict structure, the veil between worlds wavered. Within the depths of the depot, Martin encountered the lingering spirits of those who had become unwitting conduits for the supernatural. Their tales intertwined, forming a chorus of spectral voices that beckoned him to understand the true nature of his spectral passenger. Guided by the ethereal whispers, Martin uncovered a ritualistic connection between the taxi drivers of yesteryear and the mysterious force that bound them to the supernatural realm. The taxi, an unholy chariot, had become a conduit for a malevolent entity that fed on the fear of the living. Determined to break the cycle, Martin confronted the spectral force head-on. In a climactic confrontation, he became the catalyst for a spiritual reckoning that severed the unholy connection between the supernatural realm and the taxi drivers who had unwittingly served as conduits. As the malevolent force dissipated, Martin stood in the abandoned depot, the weight of the city's secrets lifting from his shoulders. the spectral echoes faded into the night, leaving behind a city forever changed by the revelation of its supernatural underbelly.